PlayStation music. That's the mixtape PlayStation music. Levitine music. Yeah. Well, yeah.
Peace, beautiful beings. It's your girl Yodi, and we're back with another reading. So today, I decided to do a collective reading instead of a pick a card this week. I pulled from like a bunch of decks, so we're gonna get into it. I'm not gonna show you the cards on the table. I'll just hold it up as we continue to go. So let's get popping. We're going to start off with our Moonology card. These are the two cards that popped out. We have Look at the Bigger Picture, and we have A Time to Give Rather Than Take. So what these two mean to me, and specifically with the supporting cards, because as I was pulling, I was receiving a lot of intuitive messages. This is a time, although we might be caught up in the minute details, like the small pieces, we're being called to take a step back and look at our situations objectively as a whole. Looking at, okay, so I'm going through this situation, but how is it going to serve me later down the line? What can I learn from this? What is the lesson from this? So just taking heed of the lesson and looking at the bigger picture, and then more importantly, a time to give rather than take. And specifically with this reading, it is time to give to yourself rather than taking from yourself, rather than allowing other people to take from you. It is a time to give to yourself. So if you've been pouring and pouring and pouring out from your cup of energy, it is time to give to yourself rather than keep taking from yourself. And I say this because this card is in reverse, which is talking about a blocked energy. And the card is Love Without Condition. When I pulled this card, I specifically heard you, me, you too. We are to love without condition, but more importantly, to love ourselves without condition. Meaning, and when I pulled this, I heard, love yourself even if you don't achieve that goal. Love yourself if you don't get that promotion. Love yourself if that relationship doesn't work out. A lot of times we value ourselves, or we put love into something if it does this or if it can serve that. Love yourself because you deserve to be loved, not because of what you can achieve, not because of who you are to people. Love yourself because you are deserving of that love. Love yourself without condition. We have you are born to create. Not only are you born to create, of course, like in the sense of like creative endeavors, artistic endeavors, but you are born to create the life that you choose to live. And taking ownership of where you are now, because it has, like, the choices you made led you up to the point you are right now. Taking ownership of that, you can begin to start creating your reality. You can begin to start manifesting and adopting. Hold on, I need to put these over here. We can begin to adopt that perception where we look at the bigger picture. We're just not so focused on, like, well, why is this happening to me? Why? You can begin to start crafting and creating your reality by manifesting and changing that perspective. We have this in reverse, so blocked energy. Heed your dreams. Right now, and I know for the collective, a lot of us are receiving intuitive dreams, okay? This is because of the shifting that's happening. So get a dream journal if you don't have one. I do sell handmade dream journals in the website down below in the description box. But heed your dreams. Keep a journal close by because it's so important for you to write them down. They contain messages. And although you may not understand them at this present time, as you continue to do this work, as you continue to travel, you might flip back the page and be like, that was the missing link I needed, okay? So just do yourself a favor and write those dreams down. We have this upside down, blocked energy, focus, and then act. Specifically, they just yelled, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself. Focusing on filling that cup up. Focusing on giving yourself love. And then act. And then give. Focus on you, boo. Okay? So we're going to move on to the angels and ancestor cards. Be devoted and committed. Specifically, I just heard to your healing. Specifically as it relates to loving yourself. And just being on this journey of enlightenment and healing. Like, be devoted and committed because you are needed. Like, we are here for a reason. We're all occupying this space for a particular reason. You have a purpose, whether you know it or not. So be devoted and committed onto this journey, onto your purpose, onto your healing, onto loving yourself. All right, we have the Hermit and retreat and recharge. Okay, what did we just say? You have to fill your cup up. Some of y'all out here running on empty, loving, giving, and loving, and nobody's giving and loving to you because you have to do that first. Take the lead in love and fill your energy cup back up. And then star ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Your soul is talking, but are you listening? Okay? If you could listen to your soul would probably scream, I am thirsty for energy, sis. Bro, fill me up. So really take heed to the messages and to the signs that are surrounding you. And that gut instinct, that gut wrenching, like I can't ignore it. That's your soul. Pay attention. At least that's what I interpret to be my soul. Okay, it's different for each person. So moving on to these, the death card is here. So this could be a physical death for some of you and a like metaphorical death for situations. Now I'm not talking about physical death like that, but some of you may be some of you may be experiencing actual death in this world as far as like loved ones and friends, especially during the times we're living in. So death is around us, as well as death of transitions and situations. We are leaving a phase as a collective. We are leaving an old way of life. Okay, so just looking at 2020 as it is now, the way we used to live, that has passed on. Okay, we as a collective, we are going through a death of a phase. We're kind of in this integration period. And then we're moving into this new day, this new transitioning. Make sure you're aligning with the universe and going with the flow. Do not hold on to anything because you're going to exhaust yourself and then you're going to end up in a 9-year cycle. Nobody has time for that. Do you? Okay, just leave it. We have the card of duality. Now, when I see this card normally, it can like be a myriad of things, okay? But specifically that's standing out are the birds. So the birds, the light and the dark, the duality of the situation, your shadow self and your light self, coming to terms with the both of them. You are supposed to accept your shadow self, that piece of you that you don't care to show to everyone else, where you feel embarrassed or you feel as though like, I don't want to talk about it or I want to show this person. And then it comes out when you get good and mad or emotions are high. We are being called to work harmoniously within ourselves, our higher self, our shadow self, our light self, our inner child. Go ahead and do that shadow work because it's so important, especially right now with the Mars retrograde. Triggers are being pulled up. Old wounds are being pulled up. You might be getting triggered more than usually. Like, why am I responding to that? Why did I act that way? And it's because of the duality of this situation. Acknowledge your shadow self. Acknowledge who you are as an entire being, because we're not just this light person. We have both the dark and the light energy within us. And then again, retreat. We don't know how else to say it. Okay, we really don't. It's time. It is time. It's time to take some time out for yourself. Love yourself unconditionally and go within. Looking at that bigger picture, you might feel like, well, I can just get to, if I just hold on a little longer, I can get, if I just hold on a little longer, I can get to the weekend falls. Give yourself that energy that you need. Take that time throughout the day to on your breaks, ground, recenter, doing the things you like to do to fill yourself up. They got us out here in this world thinking we have to be miserable the whole time, and we really don't. We really don't. So you're being called to change your minds, your perspective. Ooh, what was the message? That was all up in your face. All right. So we're going to do our self-love. We're going to go ahead and clean our space. It is time. Negative energy loves clutter. Okay, the whole saying, cleanliness is next to godliness, whatever you want to align with. But when we have clutter, negative energy loves clutter. Clean your space. Sage. Create a sacred space for yourself. I just bopped a little nap. That is a message in itself, y'all. This is the second time. We might be getting distracted. We might be getting distracted from the work we're supposed to be doing. Maybe we're sitting here like, oh, I should probably clean. And then your favorite show comes on. You want to watch Netflix. You want to go on social media. Take the time. Take the initiative. Begin that process and cleanse your space. Just enjoy yourself and love yourself unconditionally. We have deep breaths. Deep breathing, recentering to the beautiful flow of life through breath. So taking deep breaths, if you need to be more mindful, something that I have actually cultivated, which has helped me significantly, is square breathing, following like a wall or a square somewhere close by, and just in with one line, exhale with one line. It's actually very beneficial. So, sweet treat, it's time to treat yourself. If it's been a while and you want like a snack, if it's been a while and maybe you want an item, treat yourself once in a while. I know I am today. But this life is meant to be enjoyed, okay? So just keep that in mind, and it's okay to stop and treat yourself once in a while. So for your affirmation, and then we have our romance cards. We have, I trust that my gut reaction is the truth underneath the surface of my fears. So listening to the sound of your voice, okay? Listening to that intuition, listening to yourself, because that first feeling you had, that first gut instinct, that first sound of your voice, that is the one you should be listening to. That whole notion of like, you remember like in grade school, or maybe if you're in college, it's just like when you guess on a test, go with your first guess. Same thing. Like, go with that first reaction. I share my light with the world. This is particularly important because we must recharge our energy so that we can share our light with the world. Again, you are needed. So taking the initiative to share, and not share, but pour into yourself, loving yourself unconditionally, beginning this process so you can in return have enough energy to give to others. It's a beautiful process of give and take, and you're being called to give more than you receive, all right? So don't be sucking up all the energy in the room. Give yourself the energy you're looking for, and then in return, give it to others. When in doubt, I pray it out. Okay, so what this is talking about. No, I'm a lying. It says, when in doubt, I play it out. Okay, so I'm going to say take it as it resonates. I see it in multiple facets. I see it kind of as in like honing into your inner child. Maybe it's, what I was talking about earlier, that inner child work, that balance. Maybe it's time to tap into the inner child and doing things that your inner child would love. This could also talk about playing it out as if like a movie, looking at the bigger picture, allowing things to continue. So you could take it in multiple ways. Take it as it resonates. We got two more. By spreading loving energy, I attract more love. Okay. Again, it takes us all the way back to self, though. So if you don't have enough energy to give, you need to give to yourself. And then I allow people to witness their behavior so I can help them move beyond it. What this means is, I take it as a stay in your lane card. What I mean, instead of micromanaging, instead of interjecting and butting into people's, affairs, allow them to have control of their own situation. And when the time comes, when you feel inclined to assist, if you are called to assist them, but allow them to learn their own lesson. This is probably why we're a little depleted, because we all up in everybody's business and we need to be in our own. Okay. And then so for our romance card, and I love the art on this. The past is behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is now available to you. Follow it with faith. What did we talk about? The death card. All right. We're in a period where death has happened. We're moving into a new day. You have to release the old. As I'm looking at it, the time is 111. Okay. It's 111 right now. So it's a word. We have to move past it. Stop holding on to the old. It no longer serves you. Release it and move forward. We have, it is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on another, now is the time to give to yourself. I'm not going to speak on it. We've already spoke on it enough. And then only time will tell. Okay, so that's a specific message for specific individuals. If you're inquiring about a particular situation, only time will tell. As time unfolds, as it plays out. So yes, that has been our collective reading. Please let me know your thoughts down below as it resonates with you. Please like, share, and subscribe if you feel inclined to. You can book me for private sessions, my jewelry, all of it down in the description box. I'm wishing you all peace and prosperity and lots of healing. Fill that cup up. All right, bye.